Hello all, welcome to the new lecture of integral equations. In this video, we will discuss one of the exercise problems of section 3.6, that is problem number 40, using the method of separable kernels. The first problem is, or the first case is we have to solve is, show that the characteristic values of lambda for the equation y of x is equal to lambda integral 0 to 2 pi sine of x plus theta y theta d theta, or lambda 1 equal to 1 by pi and lambda 2 equal to minus 1 by pi with characteristic uh, functions y1 of x is equal to sin x plus cos x and y2 of x equal to sin x minus cos x. So the first case, a part we need to show that is, we have given a integral equation, a homogeneous integral equation with a kernel as sine of x plus theta, and we need to prove that its characteristic values are lambda equal to plus or minus 1 by pi, and the corresponding characteristic functions are sin x plus cos x and y2 equal to sin x minus cos x. Now the equation B, section B is obtain the most general solution of the equation. Now we have considered the non-homogeneous equation, that is with the f of x, non-zero f of x. So we have to find the general solution of this integral equation when f of x is equal to x and when f of x equal to 1, under the assumption that the lambda doesn't take the characteristic values, that is plus or minus 1 by pi. So we need to find the general solution of the given non-homogeneous equation with the f of x and f of x as 1. Now the third part is, prove that the equation y of x is equal to fx plus 1 by pi 0 to pi sine of x plus theta y theta d theta. That means the non-homogeneous equation with the lambda equal to 1 by pi for the with the characteristic value 1 by pi possesses no solution when f of x takes the function x, and but it possesses infinitely many solution when f of x becomes 1. And in that case we have to determine all the structure, all the form of solutions, or we have to find the solutions. So first we do the a part. Here in the section A, the given equation is a homogeneous equation, that is y of x is equal to lambda integral 0 to 2 pi sine of x plus theta y theta d theta. We name the equation as equation number 1. So this is equation number 1, and here k of x theta is equal to sine of x plus theta, which is a separable kernel. Kernel is said to be separable means if it can be written as a finite sum of the product of a function of x alone and product of y theta alone. So that means we know that using the trigonometric identity, sine of x plus theta can be written as sin x cos theta plus cos x into sin theta. So f1 of x we can take as sin x, g1 of theta we can take as cos theta, f2 of x cos x, and g2 of theta sin theta. So the form of separable equations that we have already discussed, and I am not going in detail to that. So we know that from this expression, from this identity, it is clear that the given kernel is separable. So the given equation is a Fredholm integral equation of second kind with a separable kernel. So we can apply the methods or the theory that explained in the section 3.6 of the textbook. Okay. When y of x, when the equation Fredholm integral equation has a separable kernel, Then we have formulated the solution is of the form y of x is equal to, or we can separate the integral or substitute the kernel sine of x plus theta, kernel sine of x plus theta equal to sine x cos theta plus cos x sine theta, and then substitute this functions 0 to 2 pi cos theta y theta d theta as c1, and take a 0 to 2 pi integral 0 to 2 pi sine theta y theta d theta as c2. So we will get the general solution in the form equation number 2, that is y of x is equal to lambda into c1 sin x plus c2 cos x. Now we have to determine c1 and c2. And in the first part, in part A, we want to calculate the characteristic values, and for calculating the characteristic values, first of all we have to write the equations or the solution in the matrix form, and for that we have to we have to determine the unknown coefficients or unknown constants c1 and c2. So for that we have to first we have to multiply the equation number 2 with the cos x, isn't it? Since C1 contains the integral of cos theta. So in the left side it will be integral and then integrate from 0 to 2 pi. Then we will get in the left side of equation 2. This is the equation number 2 that we are now I underlined. So integral 0 to 2 pi cos x into y of x dx. That is C1. We have named it as C1. So we will get C1 is equal to, in the right side, lambda into C1. C1 is a constant, then sin x into cos x, then integrating. So integral 0 to 2 pi sin x into cos x dx plus C2 integral 0 to 2 pi cos x into cos x, that is cos square x dx. Then we have just substituting lambda or giving lambda into the bracket. We have lambda c1 by 2. Then sin, we know that there is one identity, 2 sin x cos x is written as sin 2x. So we can use this identity here. We have sin x cos x. So sin x cos x can be written as sin 2x by 2, and taking that 2 outside we will get the second step. Then cos square x, and we know one more identity, 2 cos square x is 1 plus cos 2x. So cos square x can be written as 1 by 2 into 1 plus cos 2x. Then integrating, we know integral of sin 2x is minus cos 2x by 2, and integral of cos 2x 1 plus cos 2x is what x plus sin 2x by 2. Then applying the upper and lower limits, we have lambda c1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2 into cos 2 into 2 pi cos 4 pi is 1, and cos 0 is 1. So the first term will be 0, and in the second term the only things remaining is lambda c2 by 2 into 2 pi. So the equation, when we take all the terms containing C1 and C2 into the left side, we will obtain it as C1 minus lambda pi C2 equal to 0. So this is an equation connecting C1 and C2, and similarly we can find another equation, or we can form another equation, one more equation connecting C1 and C2 by multiplying the equation number 2 with the sin x, because C2 contains integral 0 to 2 pi sin x into y of x dx. Then integrate from over the interval 0 to 2 pi. Then we will get the left side obviously will become C2, and in the right side we have lambda c1 integral 0 to 2 pi. Look at the equation number 2. Then lambda c1, and we are multiplying with the sin x. So lambda c1 into integral 0 to 2 pi sin square x dx plus then lambda c2 into integral 0 to 2 pi cos x into sin x dx. So that can be written as lambda c2 by 2 into sin 2x dx. Again 2 sin square x is 1 minus cos 2x. Using that identity we can rewrite the integral and then integrating the function and applying the upper and lower limits, we can get the equation as minus lambda pi c1 plus c2 equal to 0. Name the two equations are equation number 4 and 5. Now the equations 4 and 5, we have two equations in two unknowns C1 and C2, and or these are linear equations, two linear equations in C1 and C2. Or we can write, when we write this in matrix form, we can have the equation as um, the matrix AXAC equal to B form, where A is the matrix 1, the first row 1 minus lambda pi, then second row minus lambda pi 1 into matrix C, column matrix C1 C2 equal to 0 0. So this is the homogeneous system of equations, or a matrix form. The equation system of matrix or the matrix equation is homogeneous. This represents a homogeneous system of equations. And here the determinant of the matrix A is determinant 1 minus lambda pi and minus lambda pi 1, which is equal to 1 minus lambda square pi square. And we know that the characteristic values are the values of lambda for which this determinant becomes 0. That means 1 minus the values of lambda for which 1 minus lambda square p square becomes 0, or we will obtain lambda as plus or minus 1 by pi. So these are the characteristic values. So we can have the characteristic values as lambda 1 equal to 1 by pi and lambda 2 equal to minus 1 by pi. And we know that the characteristic functions are the solutions or non-trivial solutions of the homogeneous equation corresponding to the characteristic value. So the homogeneous function or characteristic function for the characteristic value lambda 1 is obtained as the solution of the non-trivial solution of the equation with lambda equal to 1 by pi. And we have generally stated the form of the solution as equation number 2. So this is the general solution. And when lambda equal to 1 by pi and for lambda equal to 1 by pi, we have to find the characteristic functions. So first we consider lambda 1 equal to 1 by pi. Then the system of equations reduces equal to, when lambda equal to 1 by pi, we have the system will reduces to 1 minus 1, then minus 1 1, 1 minus 1 1 minus 1 1, or the equation 4, or we can write from here itself, we can consider the system. System is 1 lambda equal to 1 by pi, so this is minus 1 into C1 C2 equal to 0 0. And one more thing, okay, we can find like this. So our first equation is C1 minus C2 equal to 0, and the second equation is minus C1 plus C2 equal to 0, or both the equations coincide, or both the equations represent the same equation. Both the equations are same, and from this we will get only C1 equal to C2. So if we choose one of the constants as arbitrary, we can have another one, that one the same as C2. So mm, now substitute this in the form of general solution, that is equation number 2. So substituting this in equation number 2, what is equation number 2? That is solution form, that is y of x is equal to lambda. Lambda is 1 by pi c1 sin x plus c2 cos x, isn't it? Equation number 2, that is c1 sin x plus c2 cos x. Now we have c1 equal to c2, so instead of c2 we can apply c1 itself. So we have c1 by pi into sin x plus cos x. So we can or we can C1 by pi we can take as another constant. So we have y of x is equal to some a into sin x plus cos x, where a is an arbitrary constant. So in particular, if we choose a as 1, we have y1 of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. So this is the characteristic function corresponding to the characteristic value 1 by pi. So the characteristic value corresponding to the characteristic function corresponding to the characteristic value 1 by lambda 1 by pi is sin x plus cos x, y1 of x equal to sin x plus cos x. And there are so many other characteristic functions which are multiples of this given function, which are linearly dependent. So we take the fundamental function or the basic function as y1 of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. So this is the corresponding characteristic function for the characteristic value 1 by pi. And similarly, we can find the values for lambda 2 equal to a characteristic function for the characteristic value lambda 2, that is minus 1 by pi. So in first one way we can write the two equations, or we can reduce the system. So when we write the system when lambda equal to minus 1 by pi, the system reduces to uh, system is 1 minus lambda pi. 1 minus lambda pi will become minus of minus 1, that is 1, then 1 1 into c1 c2 equal to 0. Again we have only one equation, c1 is equal to minus c2, or c2 is equal to minus c1. C2 is equal to minus C1. So instead of C1, C2 we can write minus C1 in the solution. So solution becomes y of x is equal to lambda is minus 1 by pi here, minus 1 by pi into C1 sin x plus C2 cos x, and C2 is minus C1. So in general we will get y of x as y of x or y2 of x as y2 of x as y2 of x as sin x minus cos x. So this is the characteristic function corresponding to the characteristic value lambda 2 equal to minus 1 by pi. So this about the solutions, or the first part A, this answer of part A. Now we need to prove or we need to solve B and C.